Number 5 says to solve the following equation. So now we have an equal sign. We have to solve the equation. Let's start with part A. Now solving for x means to get x by itself. A positive x, that is. So important rule to remember, if the x is already positive, leave it where it is, even though it's on the left side or on the right side. So it's on the left side as a positive x alone we have there, so we leave 2x right where it is. Now we have to isolate x. We have to cancel out 7 and we have to cancel out 2. It is easier to cancel out the number furthest away from the letter first. So the number we're going to cancel out first is the 7. To cancel out a plus 7, we subtract 7. If we subtract 7 on the left, we have to subtract 7 on the right. So we are left with only 2x on the left. And 3 subtract 7, that will give us -4. And now we zero in on the 2 now to cancel out the 2. The 2 is multiplying to the x. We do the opposite by dividing. So we have to divide 2. If we divide 2 on the left, we have to divide 2 on the right. So 2's cancel out. We are simply left with x by itself now on the left. So we have solved for x. X is equal to negative 4 divided by 2 is -2. So x is equal to -2. So we do the opposite to cancel out. Start with the letter, the number furthest away from the letter and closing onto the letter. And then you might most likely end up dividing as your final operation. Let's do B. As you can see, x is already positive on the left side, so we leave it right where it is. Now there's an x minus 4, that whole x minus 4 dividing by 5. So to cancel out a number that is dividing, we have to multiply. We have to do the opposite. So we have to multiply by 5. When you see multiplying, it's always good to use brackets. So if we enclose the both x minus 4 over 5, let's put that into a bracket, that whole thing into a bracket, because you're multiplying the whole fraction by 5. Okay, because I multiply by 5, that will cancel out 5. And if you multiply by 5 on the left, you have to multiply by 5 on the right. So 5 divided by 5, you see that's what happened in there. A 5 up and a 5 down. The 5 cancels out. We are left with an x minus 4 on the left. And on the right now, we have 3 5s are 15. So the 5 cancel out. Now we're going to cancel out the -4 now. You cancel out a -4, adding 4. You have to do the opposite. Okay, let's bring this all down together. So we have to add 4 on the left to cancel out a -4. And if you add 4 on the left, you have to add 4 on the right. So -4 plus 4, the 4's cancel out. We are left with x alone. That's the objective. So x is equal to 15 plus 4 is 19. X is equal to 19. Let's do part C now. So as you can see, C now is 3x minus 7. We have a 3x minus 7 on the left side of the equal sign. And we have an x minus 19 on the right side of the equal sign. So if you notice now, we have x is appearing on both sides. We have a 3x on the left, and we have a 1x on the right. We have more x's on the left. So where we have more, that is where x have to be. So it is easier to cancel out a 1 than a 3. So we're going to cancel out 1x by subtracting 1x. Always cancel out the smaller x. If you have x on both sides of the equation, cancel out the smaller x. because you're going to have a positive x we want. 3 minus 1 will give us a nice 2. Okay. So in the next step, we're going to have 3 subtract 1. 3x subtract 1x, we're going to have a 2x. And don't forget the minus 7. 4. X is cancelled out on the left side. 1 minus 1 is 0. So what we are left on the left side, on the right side now is a minus 19. On the right side, as we said, the x is cancelled out. 1x cancelled out 1x. So I left with a minus 19 on the right side. Now let's go back to the left side. Now we have a negative 7 to cancel out. We can only cancel out a negative 7 by adding 7. If we add 7 on the left, we have to add 7 on the right. So negative 7 plus 7, 7 cancels out. We are left with 2x on the left, and a negative 19 plus a 7, that's 19 to the left, and a little plus 7 to the right. So we're still going to the left with 12. Negative 19 plus 7 is a negative 12. So now we are ready to, final step is to divide by 2 to get x by itself. Positive x by itself. So if we divide by 2, on the left, we have to divide by 2 on the right. And we are dividing by 2 to cancel out 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. We are left 1x, because that's what we want. You don't have to write the 1. We know it's 1x. 1x is equal to negative divided by 2 is a negative 6. So x is equal to negative 6 for this example.